Hey ambitious professionals, it's Linda Rayner of lindarayner.com, guiding you to a career and life you'll truly enjoy. So what I want to share with you today are the future work trends for 2021 and beyond. Now that we're at the end of 2020 and there is a bit of light at the end of the tunnel that we can see in the near future, I want to share with you what job search is going to look like, what your work is going to look like, and just really what this climate is going to look like when it comes to your career. So let's get into it. As a career strategist, I've had the honor of being able to help numerous ambitious corporate professionals just like you to land their dream job offers. And so if this is something that you're interested in, working with me one-on-one or learning more about my free online workshops, I can give you details about that at the end of this video. So much has changed over the last year for us when it comes to working for you. I'm assuming that you have had to transition to working from home, or perhaps you've lost your job because it wasn't one that you could do from home. And now you're wondering, okay, we're at the end of this year, 2020, what's going to happen for 2021 and beyond when it comes to looking for a job or being in the job that we're at, and what is going to happen with our careers. So that's what I want to share with you today. Here are some trends that I see happening over the next little while. Trend number one is that specialized skills will be more sought after versus well-rounded job candidates. What we're noticing is that hiring managers, for employers, will be much more focused on what someone brings from a particular skill set level. And that's simply because jobs are going to be much more defined and much more specific in what they're asking for, rather than having someone who can show up in the office and have all these wonderful, well-rounded skills that they bring to the table. Companies and hiring managers are looking for much more specialized skill sets. Why is this the case? Well, partially it's because of the fact that we're all having to work from home. And when it comes to working from home, you're just focused on doing the job that you have to do. You're not focusing on having to also socialize with your team and show your face in a certain way or act a certain way to your boss. Not necessarily. I mean, when you're working from home, you're doing your job, and yes, you are meeting with your boss, coworkers over video chat, but really you're focused on the work that you have to do. And hiring managers are feeling that as well. So instead of looking for someone who's going to be a fit for the rest of the team and the company and who can show up and socialize with the team properly every day, they care more about the skills that you bring, and they care more about whether you're going to be able to do that job while working from home, and you're going to be able to do it well. So that's why the focus now is going to be much more on what can you bring from a specialized skill set level, rather than are you a well-rounded, well-spoken candidate who's going to be able to socialize and fit in well with the team and do the job. Trend number two, competition for jobs is going to get stiffer. Again, because of the pandemic that we're in, it's forced all of us to have to work from home. And what that has done to hiring managers is that they're having to find people to fill certain roles, but because anyone can work from home, location doesn't matter. So therefore, there are many more candidates that are applying for certain opportunities. And so you are now up against not just people in your local town or city, you're up against people potentially from all over the world. Anyone who's willing to work those hours, willing to work for that company, and can do it from the comfort of their own home, they're potentially your competition. So what this means for you is that you need to make sure that you are going to be an attractive candidate for these hiring managers and that you can beat out the competition. And the way to do that is to have a very strong resume and to have very good interview skills. Now, in terms of your resume, if you've been finding that you've been sending them off and you haven't been hearing back from hiring managers, if you feel as though your resume just goes into this black hole of doom over the internet, then you really want to focus on working on that resume and fixing it for the better. So what I suggest is that you can look online for tips. I have many tips myself. I even have a free online workshop that you can sign up for. The link is down below. It's called my Resume Mastery Workshop. Feel free to check it out to improve your resume so that you can beat the competition. And when it comes to interviews, those are also going to be extremely competitive because, again, you're competing against people who are not just in your local city or town, you're potentially competing against people across the country. Again, because of the fact that these jobs are now digital and that we can work remotely. So if you need help in that area with interviews, make sure that you sign up for my free interview mastery workshop. The link is down below, where you'll learn some tips on how to be more confident when it comes to answering typical interview questions. Trend number 3, interviews will not entirely be conducted virtually. So you're probably thinking, hold on, I thought that everything was virtual. I thought interviewing was going to be conducted virtually, just as it has been as well. And to that I say yes, that trend is going to continue, especially with first and potentially second round interviews. They are going to be done virtually. But once this pandemic is over, and hopefully it's going to be over soon, what we'll find is that even though first and second round interviews are going to be conducted virtually, the final round interview is likely going to be conducted in person. And that's just simply because, from what I've heard from hiring managers, is that they are finding it difficult to really identify whether a candidate is the right match for the company by only interviewing them through video chat. And so what they would like to incorporate once this pandemic is over is to be able to meet the person somehow. And I don't know how that's going to work out. I mean, if it's just going to be how it used to be, where people come into an office and shake hands and meet each other, then that's what they want to be able to incorporate before they make the final hiring decision. So stay tuned for that, because not everything is going to be completely virtual once this pandemic is over. The next trend is that jobs will continue to be work from home. This, I think, is a given. In the past, just in the very recent past, a lot of companies did not think it was possible to have a completely virtual team, but now they're seeing that it is possible, and it's saving companies a lot of money in terms of having to rent out commercial space. And so I only see this continuing, where companies will maintain this work from home lifestyle for their employees. And I do think, though, they will transition employees back and forth into the office here and there, but for the most part, most jobs are going to be work from home, at least for the next few years. And finally, the last trend is that work is going to be more focused on the value you bring versus your face time or ability to socialize with your coworkers. I think this will come as a sigh of relief for those introverts who have been working hard at their jobs but feel that they haven't been recognized in their workplaces because they haven't been the very extroverted, sociable individuals in their office. You no longer necessarily need to be that way. Now that we're working from home, it's really more about the value that you bring. What is the quality of the work that you're doing? How well are you doing it? And as long as you are able to still communicate and stay in touch with your coworkers, with your manager, and keep in touch with them, allowing them to know what it is that you've been working on and showing your results through the quality of your work, that's really where things are going to be heading. I think in the past, a lot of people have been upset about how traditional work office environments are like, and that is that, the people that schmooze and the people that brown nose really well, the people that are really good at going out for coffee with their potential new managers and things, and are able to sort of brown nose their way into getting a new job, it just seemed unfair. I think now, because of the structure that we have it, where most of us are all pretty much working from home, it's going to be a lot more difficult to sort of get those types of jobs through that way. It's going to be more focused on the work that you do, the value that you bring, the quality of your work, and that's going to allow the rest of you who are not necessarily extroverted in that sense to be able to get those opportunities for promotion and to get those career opportunities that you deserve. So there you have it. Those are my top trends on what I see is going to happen to the world of work for 2021 and beyond. So stay tuned for those, and hopefully they helped you. Now, if you've been looking for a job for the last little while and you have not had much luck with interviewing, with sending out your resume, then I definitely want to be able to help you. So first of all, I have a resume mastery workshop that is completely free that you can access. The link is down below. Sign up and register for that, because there you're going to learn tips on how to create a compelling, attractive resume that's going to gain the attention of hiring managers. Secondly, I also have another free workshop when it comes to interviewing. It's my interview strategy workshop that's going to teach you tips and tricks on how to be more confident in interviews, and I actually walk you through a sample interview question with a full answer. So you want to check out the link down below as well. And finally, if you're looking for one-on-one professional help from me, then feel free to head on over to my website, lindarainer.com/standoutgethired, read through the page, fill in the application form. If it feels as though we're a potential match, then one of my coworkers will be reaching out to you directly. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.